Alright guys, today we're playing Fallout 4 in 2025, and the reason why you guys can tell that I have a little bit of excitement in my voice, more than I usually do, is because this game holds a very special place in my heart, more than any other game that I have ever played. This is easily my favorite game of all time, and it's not even close. The things that this game has done for me, it's literally saved my life during a time that was really rough, and this was all I had that kept me going, but it worked. I'm alive because of Fallout 4. As ridiculous as that sounds, it is absolutely true. So, this game actually celebrates its 10-year anniversary this year, and we're still probably another 10 plus years away from actually getting Fallout 5. We did get Fallout 76, but that doesn't really count as a mainline Fallout game. It was just an online game in the style of Fallout. Two completely different things. So, yeah, it sucks that we're not going to get a new game in a very, very long time. I'll probably be in my 40s by the time Fallout 5 comes out, which is crazy because I was 17 when when Fallout 4 was released back in 2015. Oh my god, it's crazy to think about that, but that's definitely how it's going to be. I really still love this game to this day. I still play it from time to time. I have mods installed, and it's a new experience each and every time that I play because there's just a plethora of different mods that Fallout 4 has. Aside from Skyrim, it has the most amount of mods of any video game ever created. And trust me, if you played this game before on PlayStation 4 or Xbox One, and you're looking to play it again years later, definitely just go ahead and get the PC version. Trust me, it's so much better. Not necessarily just because of the graphics and performance, because the console versions are locked at 30 FPS. I know the Series X has a frame cap, you could run it at 60, which is great, but the mod support is just so much more extensive. There's so much more mods available on PC, and you also don't have the 2 gigabyte limit that the console versions have. And that includes the next-gen versions. That includes the PS5 and Series X versions of the game. So that's just crazy. But yeah, PC is definitely just so much better. You don't have a mod limit. You can install as many mods as you want, which can obviously create its own problems. So just be vigilant and make sure to save very frequently if you're going to install a bunch of mods, which is common sense. But if you're someone who's brand new to modding into PC, that's something to keep an eye on and to just be aware about. I think the gameplay and the overall experience has aged fairly well. To be fair, at the time in 2015, the gameplay, although being a huge improvement over Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas, was still quite dated, even by 2015 standards. But the open world, the lore, and the story, all is still incredible, even to this day. I know there were a lot of people that had mixed opinions about the game story, but I thought it was great. It hooked me from start to finish, and 7, 8, 9 different playthroughs, not to mention the hundreds of other hours I spent in the game building settlements. The base building mechanic was also a highlight of the game. But goddamn, do I just have so much fondness and positive feelings towards Fallout 4 that I'm always going to recommend it no matter what. But if you're especially a fan of single-player RPGs, open-world games, think of games like Cyberpunk, Witcher, and obviously Skyrim, and the other Fallout games, then you are certainly going to enjoy this game and get at least something out of it. And of course, if you have Game Pass, you already have access to this game and its DLCs, which are another thing that I would certainly recommend. If not for nothing else, there are a lot of mods that require you to have every single DLC in order for the mods to work. So that's one thing, but the mods, not the mods, the DLCs just on their own are really good, especially the 2 major expansions, Nuka World and Far Harbor. And you have a couple of other side DLCs too, like the Automatron DLC was also really good, and the base building DLCs like the Vault Tech Workshop and the couple other ones that they came out with over time. All the DLC was really good, and I would also say that the choices and the dialogue and the characters, just everything is absolutely amazing and incredible. One more thing, though, that I should mention is the next-gen update that was released in April of 2024 that caused a lot of issues, broke a lot of mods, and caused a lot of problems for a lot of people their save was broken, and there were just a whole lot of problems that came with that update. But that being said, this is my first time launching the game since 2023, and I obviously have the updated version of the game, but I also have all my old mods that haven't been updated also since 2023. And so far, I'm playing the game again, and everything works perfectly fine. I don't have any issues. So I'm sure you guys have heard a lot of stuff about certain mods not working and there being a lot of issues. I'm also someone who doesn't mod that heavily, so that might have a little bit of an impact on it. Like, I don't download a whole bunch of texture mods, graphic mods, and like my mod list is pretty small. I only have like maybe 30 mods on my save file, and most of them are weapon mods. So I would do some due diligence about installing mods and which ones work and which ones don't. If you're reinstalling the game on PC, there is a way to downgrade, so I would look into that also if the version is not compatible with your mods and just completely breaks your game. But I could say from my experience, it works flawlessly and without issue, and it worked just as perfectly as it did before. So, I don't know. But I just wanted to put that out there because that was obviously a huge issue with the game over the past year since that update came out. Just speaking for myself, though, I haven't had any problems or any serious issues still playing the game in 2025. So if you want a single-player game that'll give you hundreds of hours of entertainment, I think for me, this was easily my most played game that I've ever played in my entire life. This game is still great and still has so much to offer that 10 years later, it's still very easy for me to recommend in 2025. I still love exploring the Commonwealth, meeting all the characters all over again, fighting the radioactive enemies, and just getting lost in the world of Fallout 4. It's post-apocalyptic nightmare, but also the hope of rebuilding and living a better future. And that's a theme that I resonated with back in the day, and I still do to this day. And I think even 40 years from now, if I'm still alive, I will still be booting up this game and playing it and having a great time, because it really is that great. And for anyone who hasn't played it before, you really should. It probably won't have as much of an impact on you as it did to me, because this game just came out at the perfect time, at a very dark and terrible time in my life where every day I just didn't want to live anymore. Like, not to sound so morbid, but that's what I was going through. And this game did so much for me, and I don't know where I'd be today if this game didn't come out and I didn't play it. I honestly do not know, but I will always love this game, and I will not tolerate any horrible things that anyone might say about it in the comments section. I mean, I know this game was, it had some fair criticism against it. The lack of role-playing elements was certainly, it was a huge downgrade compared to Fallout New Vegas, especially, but even Fallout 3. So I understand a lot of the issues that this game had, but I don't care. I look past all of them and just think this is a 10 out of 10 perfect game just because of my own personal bias. I'm sure we all have those games. Let me know in the comment section if you made it this far. Name a game that, got a lot of criticism, was divided, and had a lot of negative opinions towards it, but you will always defend it to your grave because it had such a huge impact on your life and was just a game that will always hold a special place in your heart. For me, that game is definitely Fallout 4. I still think 10 years later, it's the greatest video game of all time.